I've been through a lot of bad shit, and right now you could tell from my hair, from my facial hair, from everything going on, I feel like absolute shit. And this made me do a full recollection of everything that's going on and where I need to move my life in order to improve and get back up again. And I've been through a lot of shit. I've been through a lot of bad experiences, and this actually gave me the wisdom to know where I should channel my energy. Because I've been through the trenches. I've been dead broke. I've been at the point where I was like 35% body fat, literally couldn't get out of it. I've been to the point where I've been called like a 1 out of 10 by women, absolutely pulling 0 women. I've been through all those experiences, and now I actually have a good idea of where to go, and I'll give you it right now. Number one, I'm gonna hop on Reddit TrueTide like ASAP, and this is something I wish I did earlier. If I was younger and I did this like right before college or right when college started, dude, I would be set. Being lean is completely law 100%. Now you can get that way if you have good genetics, obviously. So if you're already one of those naturally lean guys, or if you're like, I don't know, if you eat like a lot of steak and a lot of eggs, you'll also be able to get there. But due to my environment and due to like, you know, my family always bringing home cake and bullshit like this, and literally not being able to really escape that environment for a while, and wanting to be in my prime now that I'm a young age, I want to be as lean as possible and shredded. I'm really not going to keep dealing with the torture of it being in my head 24/7, constantly thinking about food, constantly having this struggle in my head to not eat while having a bunch of other things in my head, like trying to become successful with money and trying to like talk to girls and all this. It would be expedited so much simpler if I just ate some steak in the morning, and like pinned Retta, and then that's it. And it could be a small dose. Now I need to do more research on this. I'm not telling you to take Reddit TrueTide, but that's probably the way I'm gonna go. No, and also if you have like really bad genetics, like skinny fat, like I know you probably think I'm lean, and facially I do look decently lean, but the second I shave and the second like I eat like a donut or like an ice cream bar or something and have over 2,000 calories, if I just eat when I feel full, when I feel satiated, I'm cooked. I'm not lean. It's impossible for me to be below 20% body fat without being like super fucking hungry. And I'm not gonna deal with that bullshit for the rest of my life. Just gotta get lean at least once. And once you are lean, it's harder for your body to get fat again, by the way. Number two, Melano-Tan 1. That's going to happen ASAP once it gets a bit sunnier. Probably within the next like 2 to 3 weeks, honestly. And Melano-Tan 1 is better than Melano-Tan 2. Essentially because like it doesn't hit the blood-brain barrier, which is something I'm definitely not interested in. I don't want like it to, and I also don't want like the Viagra side effects where it gives you like erections and like headaches and a lot of nausea. Melano-Tan 1 is actually FDA approved, right? So there's definitely something to consider. Being tan is objectively a really good thing. Overall, at looks maxing, I'm telling you right now, looks maxing is like such a huge pinnacle thing you should think about, because I know how it feels to be like a solid, like high tier normie guy, especially when I was younger, like as a teenager. I definitely got that kind of treatment. And I know how it feels because my hair gets overgrown and all that, and I know how differently people treat you when people just start calling you ugly, and when like freaking girls will choose your friend over you and they don't even see you as a freaking human. And just being reminded of that, because I've just like not been taking care of my appearance whatsoever, and seeing how these girls react, it's just like, oh my god, like these women are complete pieces of shit. And just seeing Clavicular become mainstream, and how girls really like line up and like to take photos with him, even when if you knew him on the forums beforehand, he was really just like he's like a complete degenerate, and would just like record all the videos of like him getting with girls and just like call them like disgusting or whatever. Which I'm not saying it's like he could do whatever he wants, but I'm saying that like it just shows how much of a hypocritical society that we are, and like you really should not listen to what any normie tells you, right? You really just want to improve your looks as much as possible, and that's going to happen from leaning down. That's number one. Then getting super tan, that's number two, and fixing out your skin, fixing your acne, whatever. I don't really have too much acne, but yeah. And shoe lifts or whatever, do whatever you got to do to improve your looks and look as good as possible, right? More importantly than this is money. And I'm going to give you incredible advice right now for money. I really looked through all like the Black Hat forums. I went on like the money maxing section on looksmax.org, trying to find something that would actually make me money. I had the worst limiting beliefs about money. It was not even funny. Like, I genuinely thought that like nobody, unless you were like if you were like a Jewish insider, like you knew you had like a 4.0 GPA or whatever, that like, and you went to like an Ivy League school, I didn't think it was possible to make like above like 400K a year as a normal person, right? I knew it was possible, but I thought you'd have to be like a super genius to do this, or you'd have to have like crazy family connections. Not true whatsoever. Not true whatsoever. Throw that out the window. Do not listen to a single person anymore. Trust me. Just listen to this. Because I remember there was this one guy on freaking looksmax.org named Seth Walsh, right? And he would always say how it's impossible that people in e-com and drop shipping are actually making this much money. It's impossible that these teenagers who are 19 or 20 years old are making like freaking 100K in revenue. There's no possible way. It doesn't make logical sense. Blah, 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 blah. And I remember this guy would like argue with people on forums, and he kept me in this freaking hole for a really long time because I thought everybody was just freaking lying. I'm telling you right now, ecom is legit. I don't know about the other money maxing ways, so I don't know the other ways to make money. I know there's 100 different ways to make money. I know there's private equity. I know there's like crypto and whatnot, and people have made money in crypto. People obviously make money in private equity. It's hard to break into private equity. You need to be in a great school. But if you're the average guy, let's say you didn't go to a great school, let's say you're at a community college or whatever, maybe you even didn't go to college, and you don't really know what to do. Like, of course, you could try to get a career. Maybe you have some skills in accounting or whatever. But if you're just trying to find some way to make money online and make a good amount of money online, you have that obsessive personality, you just really got to lock in. The way that I'm doing it is e-commerce, and I think that's the best way. I think that's better than sales. I think that's better than freaking a lot of other businesses like software as a service, or like I don't know, all this other like shit that you could read online, like I don't know, like building like AI chatbots or whatever. There's 100 different ways to make money, but I think e-com is the most simple for guys like us who are, maybe you're into the gym, maybe you like bench pressing or whatnot. It kind of works the same way. The guys who are interested in the gym and worked out a lot and build a lot of muscle and have that like delayed gratification kind of mentality, who are interested in like self-improvement and the Andrew Tate shit, they tend to go down the e-commerce route or the crypto route. And I chose e-commerce. Crypto also I think works for like trading, but that's like, no, it wasn't for me. Yeah, e-commerce is legit. Where do you start with e-com? Start watching Mark Builds Brands ASAP. That's like the main channel I would say that you should watch, and then everything will get figured out from there. Yeah, watch Mark Builds Brands and also learn. Like, it's actually insane how important. It's not about the hard work. Everybody will tell you it's about the hard work, and of course, working hard does matter. Like, you do need to power through making like that Shopify store and setting up the business manager and like learning like the basics of copywriting and like reading the book Breakthrough Advertising. I'm giving you so much sauce right now. If you just follow what I'm telling you, trust me. You gotta like work a bit hard, but the main thing is finding a good market and finding a competitor in that market and replicating 80% of what they do to your market. Just changing it up very, very slightly. Knowing this and me realizing how important knowledge is, like me knowing, I'm not going to give you like the store that I learned about. I'm not going to give you like like that sauce because it's making me money. But just knowing a specific store and seeing how they operate and seeing the ads that they do allowed me to make like got me to like $9,000 a day in revenue within like a week. And this got me, and doing that consistently every day. Now, it sounds unbelievable to most people. It sounds like I'm completely lying. This guy with a freaking beard who doesn't really, is all over the place. I'm telling you, it's not that hard. You just have to know. You just don't know what you don't know. Making money is not that hard. Cool. Step 3. This one, I've already done. This is like probably something a good thing I actually did when I was young. I built a shit ton of muscle when I was like 17 or 18. And I stopped working out for a while, but I already built that muscle memory. And now like I've noticed that like my chest and shoulders, like they always can like grow pretty fast. So like while I'm on Retta, I'm probably just gonna eat a shit ton of protein and also get back into the gym, work out a bit, and I think with muscle memory and everything, it's gonna come back really easily. Building a good muscle, building a good frame, having good muscle, it definitely helps. Cool. Yeah, what made me get like this is like really just about like, it was a combination of dissociation plus like being treated like shit plus dealing with like a breakup. And it's all those three combined, just make it, and like all my friends like surpassing me in every way, and all my friends disrespecting me, and like my friends' families disrespecting my mother, and people just disrespecting my family in general, and just dealing with that shit in high school over time, it just compounds, and it's like there's no way I'm gonna let any of these people fucking win. I can't stand any of these fucking faggots. Alright, anyway, let's continue. There's a few other stuff. I mean, that's like, okay, YouTube, right? So I don't really have a huge strategy for YouTube, right? I'm busy with these other things. Like I told you, I think these other two are pretty important, but I definitely want to still become famous. I really do strongly believe I will become famous. And I think the best thing that I'll probably end up doing, I don't know when it'll probably be pretty soon, but I'll probably just start making like 100 videos a day, which I know sounds like insane, right? But like, if I make, what's stopping me from making 100 videos a day, getting a bunch of different channels, getting my face out there, cutting it up into a bunch of shorts, and saying a bunch of stuff, just getting my face out there, just getting it out there, and only trying to preach good things, and just pushing it like crazy, and just giving my advice and whatnot. Like you're just eventually gonna force the reality, and yeah, I mean, it could be like a small level. I don't really want to become like, I don't really care about becoming like super, super famous, but like a solid level of fame is definitely something that attracts me. It helps your SMV. I also want to actually have a positive influence on this world. I don't want to have like all these corrupt people in power. I like making money because the money's better in my hands. I like having the influence because the influence is better in my hands. In these other people's hands, it's freaking horrible what these people are preaching. And, yeah, I think like the best strategy right now, I know it sounds like insane, but like why not just make like 100 videos a day and just get really, really good at speaking to the camera, and probably replicating a bunch of other past YouTube videos. So like there's a few videos by Alex Becker, right? And then I would just like take this transcript of those videos and then put it into Claude and then just like read off a transcript, but like make it sound more natural. Hire a video editor. Probably once I get the money up, I could probably hire people to like start putting my shorts out there, you know, right? Like start posting my face on TikTok or whatever, and just go at it, right? And make sure it's, you know, I got to be a bit smart with it, right? But, you know, just put my face out there. And hopefully that helps with connections. Maybe that'll allow me to get into maybe acting or something along these lines, and put all my effort into that, because I have this one, he's not even a friend of mine, he's my friend's friend, just a complete freaking moron, screaming at the camera every single day, making stupid ass vlogs, and he's getting more views than me, and this makes me want to chop my balls off. And like, if he ever ends up becoming famous, I will, dude, I will force myself to become famous, because I can't allow someone like him to surpass me in any way. And his IQ is probably like fucking 70, like a dolphin. Anyway, let's continue. One more thing. Talking to women, which is probably what I wouldn't say I'm like least experienced with it. I feel pretty calm talking to women. I'm pretty chill with talking to women, but I can't, it's like already putting a limiting belief in my head, but like it's, when I see how I talk to women compared to how other guys talk to women, they come up with all these jokes, come up with all these ideas, they do like this freaking cold approaching bullshit of like, wow, you look good, shawty, and like grabbing, like just saying like a bunch of dumb shit, coming up with these pickup lines and jokes, and it just sounds like so it's just so jester to me. I genuinely just seems like such a joke, and I can't even allow myself to scoop down to that level of becoming a jester to make them attracted to me. I would much rather them just have that biological attraction to me right off the bat, which is probably what like improving my looks is going to do if I get to a good point and get to the 10% body fat and whatnot, whiten the teeth, you know, what else, whatever else. But yeah, I mean, what was I gonna say? Fuck, I just lost it. No, like, I'm not trying to be a jester, you know. Obviously, so what I'll also do, very similar to YouTube, I'll just start talking to a lot of girls. Like, I'll just start going to the park, I'll start like walking around, and I'll just talk to a bunch of women and just get fully familiar and just put in the reps so I understand the psychology, understand how to speak to them completely, and overall just do better in that department, right? Because knowing how to talk to women is 100% important. Don't listen to anybody else. Like, of course, like being neurotypical is honestly arguably could be more important than like your appearance a lot of the time. Kind of crazy, but if you're like this guy who just like says like, hey, what's going on? Hey, what do you major in? Just the boring questions like me, you're freaking cooked. Because even if they like you, even if they think that you're a cool guy, you're boring. And being boring is the worst thing you could be for a woman. I'm #1 textbook boring guy, to be honest, in real life. I really don't like doing much shit. I like staying home. I like making money. I like making YouTube videos, and that's pretty much it. I really don't care about going on freaking roller coasters or traveling the world. I really have no interest in traveling the world, to be honest. I just like eating and laying down and chilling. I'm just having, I like mogging. I like having so much leverage over other people that I become like pretty untouchable. And also I like preaching. I need to do this more, but probably reading the Bible. I like just like, I want to become like just a good influence and a good figure. So mogging, but also in a good way, in a humble way, if that makes sense. Yeah. So just talk to a bunch of women, and That's about it, man. And just try to find the wife. Don't like try to go to a bunch of bars. I've done this. Don't go to a bunch of bars or a bunch of clubs and trying to talk to these women, because if it doesn't suit your strong points, like guys who do well there tend to not be smart. They tend to drink a lot more. They tend to be a lot more fluid, right, or whatever. And of course, you can get good at anything, but you're not going to meet your wife. You're not going to meet actual good girls at a bar or a club. You're going to have to actually do the cold approach, and you're going to have to be sober. You're going to have to look good. You're going to have to present yourself well. And you could also try, dating apps or whatnot, but you have to obviously make sure you look good. Just try to look as good as possible. And while you're trying to look as good as possible, also still talk to women, because they're not just going to automatically disqualify you if you're like mid compared to like a 9 out of 10. But obviously being a 9 out of 10 will dramatically improve your chances, right? Yeah, I mean, that's about it. That's about it, man. That's kind of the plan. I'll say the most important one out of all these is like get into ecom, because with money you could afford all these things, right? Like with money you could afford Retta, with money you could afford Melanotan, with money you could get all your looks maxing supplies and whatnot. With money, women will be attracted to you. I know money is the root of all evil or whatnot, but I think that's just like a ploy to get into your head, right? It's just common sense. Don't let money completely control you, right? Have other things that you do, but just like building your finances is going to give you a lot of leverage. It'll allow you to get a nice property or whatever, and it could allow you to start paying people to like put your YouTube videos out there. You can start hiring video editors. You can start hiring more people to help you, to delegate a lot of the stuff that you need. Yeah, so I would say like get into e-commerce. That's probably the main one. That's it.